Come find me at intermission, that'd be great. Good morning. Good morning. Northern Alberta Extreme fans and Prairie Hockey Academy fans. So much action this week. This is game 3 of 3 here in Barkman Arena in Cairnport. Are you going to be my color commentary today? Are you going to be color commentary today? I mean, it was good yesterday. I might pull you up, but yeah, hopefully the internet's good today, so yeah. Anyways, we'll do a roster. We'll just do a checkup here. Let's check out the awesome team of the NAX U817 AAA team. Number 1, Tori Tab, 4, Ethan Oldford, 5, Ethan Canlish, 6, Ethan Canlish, 7, Ethan Field, 8, Juan Novotny, 9, Gabriel Estevez, 10, Matthew Brown, 11, Ethan Lobe, 12, Milo Nolan, 14, AJ Dutchek, 15, Adam Milivojevic, 16, Jesse Barber, 17, Red Dahl, 18, Lincoln Philpott, and my apologies, I was going to correct Lincoln's name. He has a different spelling. I believe it's L-I-N-K-O-L-N. I'm going to double check. Bob sent me a message yesterday, so we'll remember to do that for next time. 19, hold your left hand, 21, Kane Chartrand, 22, Lucas Ford, 23, Ronnie Wood, 35, Jaden Dirks, coach Ryan Long, and Steve Oshie, there you have it. There's the team there. Cheering you on over the other side, PHA. Let's take a look at that. Number 2, Addison Weiner, 5. Tony King, 7. Bentley McMaster, 8. Tristan Reimer, 9. Eric Keller, 10. Slade Trombley, 11. Bode Pala, 12. Reed Kamakuchi, 13. Noe Delorier, 14. Ivy Vermeulen, 15. Brett Benishak, 16. Jake Meyer, 17. Casey Elmer, 18. Corbin Wells, 19. Soren Hayden, 20. Caleb Crow, 21. Kane Melton, 22. Hudson Wassalenka, 30. Caden Brinkbar, 33. Connor Aldag, head coach Gary Clark, assistant coach Nika Abbott. Final game of this week's road trip for NAX. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving. Families, we're welcoming your kids back at home. If they happen to live abroad, Thanksgiving tomorrow. And these kids work hard to deserve that. If you've been following along, game 1, 8-2 for PHA. Yesterday's game, 6-1 for PHA. And the NAX facing off a strong team. Certainly looking forward to a very successful game. Game 3. I'm going to have a shout out to Chris Reimer. He's a parent on the PHA side. His daughter took photos on game 1. Beautiful photos of both teams, and they sent us, the NAX athletes, and I've shared that on our Facebook page. Lots of appreciation and thank yous from our side, parents and grandparents alike. It's great to get high quality professional photographs, so thanks to Chris Reimer and his daughter. Visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/NAXU17. That's facebook.com/NAXU17. All the schedules, photos, links, everything's posted to that page. Send that link out to your grandparents and family, friends, uncles, aunts, your dog, whoever wants to watch exciting CSSHL hockey. By the way, we still have a few minutes here. I'm going to do a public service announcement here. I'm your host, Alvin, by the way. And I want to show you something really special. I picked this up in the lobby yesterday. Check that out. Oh, where's the camera? There we go. Look at that, NAX. A beautiful bracelet. This is my area Lobe, sister of number 11 Lobe. And she's making these fantastic bracelets out in the lobby from Edmonton. So the next home game, make sure you check out the lobby. Maybe she'll be there if you're lucky. You can pick up some bracelets. Maybe there's other prices better than that. But go and support Ariel. Game starting soon. You joined me on the broadcast yesterday. You'll know that the internet sucks. That's just the one thing that we have to take for granted in 2025. But you hung in there with me. I'm really proud of you. Thank you for your patience yesterday. As the second period sucked for the internet. There's two speeds that you should know about the internet. There's the download speed and the upload speed. Download speeds are always good. Upload speeds are flexible. They drop down to less than 1. I need at least 10. Right now it's clocking in at about 200. So we should be good. But it might change up throughout the game. You know the drill. Just log back in. I'll log out. Reset my Wi-Fi. And start the stream again. You're all good. You figured it out. I'm proud of you. Also, I've had coffee this morning, so we're good. Period. You know, something we said about viewership here. Here you are, 10 a.m. It might be 9 a.m. your time. I don't know where you're watching. Maybe it's who was watching from Netherlands? The 14 Vermeulen with PHA. So that's 8 hours ahead. That'd be 5 o'clock. Not too bad. Hats off to all you viewers who are logging on to support the kids. I know you enjoy it, but the kids do watch the games afterwards, and they'll see the live chats, and I hope you're able to send messages, say, hey, you know what? Hey, Billy, I saw you on YouTube. I'm sure it makes you feel proud. Grandma and Grandpa are watching. Tab say good morning, a good day today from Kelowna. Mama Yaya cheering for NAX. And Anderson says good morning, NAX fans here cheering for Kelowna right down the street from Mama Yaya. It's a bit hard to hear. Oh, it's a bit hard to hear. adjusted a few settings. Hopefully that works better. Let me know if you can hear me better. Put it in the comments. Roy. Hey Roy, how's the other one? Gabe Wall, Brendan Nelson, taking down You're welcome. Let me know if you can hear me better. It sounded the volume was down. I think my mic settings were a bit off. Down to the NAX zone as game starts. Funneled back into the corner behind the goalie. Into the PHA zone. That's tipped back in by Nolan. As they regroup, here comes PHA from center ice. And I lost the puck. Oh, there it is. Right behind the goalie. Over. With some speed as he blasts through center ice. Held up behind the net and now over to number 2, Weiner. PHA chips it up to 16. That gets fired behind the net. NAX. Already a very physical, high-paced game. Not even 2 minutes into the first. That shot. And in net today, number 35, Jaden Durst, who got a piece of that with the pad. Field tips it up along the boards. Still held in. Now number 17, Geller, fires it back into the corner. Cleared out from center ice, and Wells is back down to chase it. That'll be an icing call. 1 minute and 58 seconds into the first period. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Hannah. Let me know that my voice is louder and clearer. Oh, I should probably put the camera on the action too. That would help. Wasileka tries to dump it in across all along the boards. Now clear up on Levadny. Levadny, he's got Lovey with him. Throws it on net, and covering it up is number 33, Connor Albert. Back in net from game 1. Face off to the right of Alday. 2 minutes and 18 seconds into the first period, and lots of action end-to-end already. That's icing against PHA. That shot right off the face-off, and Aldog swallows it up for a face-off once again. 2.5 minutes into the first, a few stops already, in a very fast-paced and already aggressive game. Right here in Carenport. Have you been to Carenport? First time. Now bursting through the blue line, here comes PHA all up along the boards. That was Bilivegovich that took out one of the players. That shot tipped up to Esteban. All I can think about is that Gabriel Esteban likes burritos. We've got to get more information on these players. Centering pass. Cadlish Couldn't quite get the shot off, and he circles in the corner, weaves his way around, drops it, and now chase for the puck. Whistle's blowing on this. Penalty has been assigned to one of the PHA players on 2 minutes of a power play. NAX goes on the power play. Number 12 for PHA goes to Bob Street Kawaguchi. 2 minutes. Didn't catch what the call was. So. Shatra back behind the net to retrieve it. That pass a touch too far. PHA fires it in, off to the corner. Philpotts, Lincoln with a K. I'll get it right next time. Barber. Flips up to Lavande. Chartrand reaching for it. Now. NAX regroups behind the blue line. Chartrand at center ice. That shot goes wide of the net, all the way to the other side for Philpotts. He rings it off the back, and that goes all the way to the corner. Just a touch out, there's a turnover with a slight breakaway. Here they come. That shot, and decent pass. James Dirks. As PHA opens up the scoring, 1-0. 4 minutes and 16 seconds into the first period. Turnover, short-handed, and it results in a goal for PHA. 57 seconds left on the penalty against PHA. Number 12, the Kawaguchi. PHA still coming up with the goal opener. Wood. Over the left hand and back to Wood. Wood fires it in. Behind the net, now held up by Philpotts on the other side. Looking for that centering pass. That gets ricocheted off of the stick. Back to center ice. Wood has to regroup. Now to Bilibegovic. Bilibegovic winding his way through over the blue line. Leaves it along the boards. Wood chips it back. Left hand looking for a lane. That's scooped up by Brown. Over to Wood at the blue line. Back to Bilibegovic. Now Brown centering pass. That escapes a few sticks and bounces back to center ice. The penalty has expired. Wood circles over to Brown at center ice. NAX on the attack once again. He dumps it in. 14:35 remaining in the first period. Battle for the puck at center ice, and that gets dumped in. Chipped over to Wasilenka, and that's offside. Minutes and 52 seconds into the first period, and we have a 1-0 game. Oops, gonna put the camera on there. Isn't that helpful? The cameraman actually puts the camera on the action, because you'd think that's what you need to do. Over the field. He chips it into the PHA zone. You know, maybe I should hire a new cameraman. Dump back into 15. PHA gets a stick on that and lobs it into the NAX zone. NAX. Oldford behind the net for Field. Field cross ice.
Dutch races in. That shot with a rebound. Oh, what a beautiful rebound, and Dahl trying to capitalize on that, and the save by Alday. PHA winding their way in, drops it for Hayden. And there's a hooking call. Somebody's heading off there. I think that's PHA number... No. It's for NAX, Red Dahl. Off the box for 2 minutes. Now NAX gets to show off their penalty killing skills. 7 minutes and 4 seconds into the first period. Now folks, I hope you appreciate my ability to do the math, subtracting 60. The clock shows the countdown, but not the count up. And I've gotten very good at subtracting from 60 and 20. That shot goes wide as Belton regroups at the point. Meyer trying to walk it in, and they score through a barrage of traffic, capitalizing on the power play goal. Dahl comes out of the box, and both teams back to full strength. You know, I'm really impressed that there's already 33 viewers on a Sunday morning. You have many options on Sunday morning. There's church, and there's pancakes. So, depending on there's church and pancakes. There's morning yoga. But here you are, watching CSSHL hockey and supporting these fine young athletes. I'll speak on behalf of all the coaches and players and adults and parents and everybody in Edmonton. Very proud of you. That centering pass goes wide. Now picked up in the corner. That shot saved by Dirks. Here comes Fellows. Camish picks it up. 3 on 2. Tries to weave his way around and gets pushed into the corner. A little bit too far as a pass. Still in possession is Estevez. Brown trying to tie it up, and now PHA trying to clear it up. Still in the corner. Camlish working his way, and now PHA flips it up to number 8, Reimer. Wells dumps it in. PHA back to get it. Bilobegovic, also known as Adam. 2 syllables might be easier, but I actually have fun saying Bilobegovic, so I'll stick with it. Back behind the net, chasing it once again. Bilobegovic. Let's see how much fun that is. Wells into the corner. Lala tips it towards the net, and that's cleared up by Camlish. He circles, changes direction. Can't quite clear it yet. Camlish off along the boards and still not out. Now Bilobegovic with a little bit of space. Reverses direction. That gets bounced out all the way down the ice. This will be an icing call. 10:27 left in the first period. Scores 2-0 for PHA. On that 5-0 favors PHA. This is game 3 on Sunday. Earlier I said you could do church, pancakes, or yoga, but you could potentially be doing all 3. Perhaps you're doing a down dog stretch in church while eating pancakes. If you are, please. Face off in the NX zone. That shot goes wide, intended for a tip. Now, Hayden, PHA. Cleared out to center ice. Estevez on the chase. Hold up at center ice. And that bounces all the way down to PHA's zone. That's a icing call. Just about exactly halfway through the first period, and scores 2-0. You know, if you are eating pancakes, what kind of pancakes are they? Just plain original fluffy? Do you have the blueberry kind, chocolate chips, banana chocolate chip pancakes perhaps? Tell me, put it in the comments. Don't be shy. Spare no details. Now behind the net. Dalton. At center ice, there's a chase for the puck, and NAX goes for a line change. Lobe in the corner. Players fall. Levande falls on top of the PHA player. Now PHA back on the strike. Back over the blue line. That was Vermeulen. Hey Roy, that's your kid. Now in the corner. Number 19. Centering pass! Jaded Dirks just got a piece of that and redirected that wide. Dirks once again with a save. Lobe over the blue line. Fires it on net. Rebound to the right side. Again, another centering pass intercepted. Number 14, Vermeulen. And Roy, if I'm saying your last name wrong, go ahead and throw in a comment phonetically. Number 21 weaves it in. Takes a shot. Dirks put a glove on it, and some of the players kept hammering away at it. You know, I absolutely know that's a goalie's pet peeve. Once they've covered the puck, they're like, hey, stop slashing at my very expensive goalie glove. Maybe 500, maybe more, 700. But I get it. That's the rule. Cover the puck, hold it. Can't try and hammer it out of the puck with the glove. McMaster holds that one in, fires it behind the net, and after it is Chartrand. You know, I was talking to Caden Chartrand. That shot goes wide. And Caden was saying that his favorite food is, I might get this wrong, pizza? Dirks redirects that wide. Dutchik. Now behind the net, centering pass. Philpots. That's played into the corner. And after it is Chartrand. Philpots behind the net, and Wood clears that to the corner. Still held in by PHA. Batted towards the net. Now Dirks jumps on top of that to hold for a face-off. 7:42 left in the first period. Sorry, we'll go back to the pancake conversation. What about gluten-free? Gluten tolerance, gluten sensitivity, allergies. How do you make a really good gluten-free pancake? I have not successfully done that. I've tried all sorts of different flours. I use oat flour. Just haven't figured that out. Puck out of play. Face off back in the NAX zone. Here we've got Barber who takes a shot and a glove save by Alma. Cole for a faceoff with 7:19 left, 2-0. Shots on that slightly favored PHA for 10 shots to 6 shots. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday morning. Let's talk about pancakes. Blueberry pancakes and gluten-free. Thank you, Ann Anderson. Nice enough. That shot goes wide. Deflected, right? Now through center ice. circles. Looking for that pass to Brown. Center pass. Received by Estevez, but couldn't quite shoot it. With some pressure on him now, Brown strips that away. Brown dumps it back in. Chase for the puck. It looks like that's going to be icing. Left-handed with an effort to get there in time. Just a few meters short, 6:22 left in the first period. 2-0. PHA. So you've been joining us all weekend. Thank you so much. Kids, coaches, and parents, I know they appreciate the viewership as extended community can enjoy CSSHL hockey action, and moreover, just being able to support the kids, watch them play even if you can't be here live. You know, I can't imagine what wouldn't bring you to exciting Caronport, Saskatchewan. There's a Husky gas station, pizza place, and a Subway. Come visit. 13-16, Meyer. That gets redirected into the corner. Over to the other side. That puck. Jaden Dirks jumps on that once again. Holds for a face-off. Beverly Free Wilson says, good morning from Grandma Bev, watching from Parkland County. We got this one, team. Reed played hard, bud. Thank you, Grandma Bev. Thank you for the encouragement. Absolutely. This team does play very hard. Now in the PHA zone, circling Brown, chasing the puck. He slips, number 21. PHA clears it up to the point, called in by Field. Takes a hard shot, and that's a glove save by Alden. Just over 5 minutes left in first period. Thank you so much for joining us. Comments are always welcome. Tell us who you're watching, where you're watching from. You might have done this exercise already. Please repeat. It's great. Not every kid watches every video, but when they do, they see the comments. So it's really nice for them to see who's been following along. Just like Grandma Bev. Thank you, Grandma Bev. People falling left and right now. On the advance. 17. That takes a shot and a save by Dirks. Glove save right there. You know, sometimes I forget I've got a replay feature, so here we are. Let's check out that glove save by Jaden Dirks. Center pass, Philpotts. Nope, that was left hand. Nope, that was Philpotts. I can read numbers. Wells chips it all the way in, and that's going to be icing. Well, the game will be over around 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock. So what's the rest of your Sunday plans look like? Put in the comments. Tell everybody in the entire world and the entire internet what you plan to do today, Sunday, October. It's all a blur in the prairies. Dutchett winds up. That shot blocked. Change of hands, and Dahl regroups. He leaves it for Wood. Wood dumps it into the corner. Stopped by Albright. Chipped in front, and there's a lane. And just like that, number 17, Red Dahl fires a sharp angle goal. Open up the scoring for NAX. NAX on the scoreboard as we wind down to the final minutes of the first period. 4 minutes left and 2-1 now. Number 17, Red Dahl with the goal there. Good. Back to Wood to Lavadne. Lavadne to Lobe. That's picked up by Chartrand. On the other side now, back to the NAX zone. Riley Wood putting on the afterburners, who dumps it in, chases his own lone puck. Call on this, I'm not sure against who. Interference call. Who's heading to the box? Number 15, PHA. Benishak. Well, folks, I'm going to admit I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and this song, Shake It Off, started my whole Taylor Swift journey, but hey, you didn't need to know that. 3:12 left in the first period, 2-1. There's a, oh, my mistake, it's number 20 going to the box, Caleb Pearl, PHA, NAX on the power play. Chartrand at the blue line. Dumps that one in, and it is scored just like that! Capitalizing on a power play goal. Who got that one? Number 16, perhaps? Jesse Barber. Fantastic. NAX tying up the game as we count down to the end of the first period. Suddenly we've got a game back on even footing. Both teams 2-2. 2:52 remaining in the first period. Riley Wood behind the net. Both teams energized by a tie game. Now trying to drag it up. That shot was right on net. I know he's just trying to clear it to the other side. 22 for PHA. That's broken up. Chartrand keeps it in. In the corner. Trying to dig it out is Barber for Newland. Number 16, PHA, 17 now. That shot covered up by Jaden Dirks. .146 left in the first period, and wow. The turn of events as both teams are potentially entering the first intermission time. Another quick shot off the face-off, and Dirks makes the glove save. Another one, and that was a big rebound, a lot of traffic, and Aston as the sharp to clear that one right out of the goalie area. Brown with a centering pass, and now that's cleared up. PHA on the move from center ice. Dumps it in behind the net, and right around the corner for Estes. Takes it out. Still held in along the boards. change of lines. 1 minute in the first period remaining. Novotny and Nolan working the boards. Pulling free, Kawaguchi, the 12 for PHA. Dug back into the NAX zone. Foot race, Nolan, number 7. That was intercepted. Now back the other way, still. Lobe keeps it in and now gets chipped out to center ice with 15 seconds left. The final push, perhaps for PHA, gets blocked by Over back the other way. Now through center ice, and that's going to conclude pretty much the first period. NAX and PHA coming away with a tie score at the end of the first period. 2-2. 15 shots to 11 in favor of PHA. Seeing a much more even game today. Stay tuned for the second intermission. Go ahead and do your thing, eat your pancakes. And we'll see you in a little bit. a game. 2-2 into the second. 40 minutes of game left, and wow, how exciting. Right off the face-off, Filovekovic fires it in. Aldag with a stop. Number 5, PHA, flips it up. Now, Canlish steals that one. 22, PHA, clears it behind the net. Over to the other side, number 7, held in. Dahl turns around, fires it into the corner. Brett Dahl with the first goal for NAX in today's game. Spinning around with a sharp angle and fires it in. Over the blue line, Dahl pauses, chips it in, and NAX goes for a line change. Back the other way, number 5. That shot goes wide. Bit of a chance here, but that gets back checked by number 2, Lavadny. A chance right there, but not enough lead time. Back over the other side. Lavadny once again. Backhand pass to Lobe. Lobe picks it up, scoops around, centering pass. Just a few feet off of Lavadny's stick. NAX all fired up here, looking to take the lead. Stopped. Lobe fires it towards the net, rebound. Now PHA on the advance, 19 with 5. Cleared away by Oldford to Lobe on the other side. Off at center ice, cleared back into the NAX zone field, off the boards for Lobe. Lavadny off of a stick and back into the NAX zone. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the second period. Lots of action already. That shot just goes wide. It goes just wide. It doesn't just go wide. It's amazing placement of words. I think it's called grammar. Changes the whole context. It just goes wide. Centering pass, deflect, another shot, and Dirks with a glove save. 2 minutes and 48 seconds into the second period. I've said that quite a bit calling games, it just goes wide. It sounds so dismissive, it just goes wide. But really what I'm trying to say is it goes just wide, meaning that it goes just wide, almost hit the net. Centering pass, 21 right in front, takes a shot, Dirks covers up. A little pushing and shoving. Bit of a turnover there for 21, and he takes a shot. Dirks comes up big. 3 minutes into the second period. One thing I will say about the Parkland Arena, they play some good music here. We got some hard rock here, and earlier it was Taylor Swift. So, hey, range. With some speed, fellows, the shot is scored! Look at that, just like that, NAX takes the lead in game 3, 3-2. Well-deserved lead. And 3-2, they take the lead on this game. First time they've been in the lead, so shows the tenacity and working hard here. Filovekovic trying to dig it out, that gets fired back into the zone. Works out to get it. Over to Morin. Morin chips it in. Backhanded out to center ice and now into the NAX zone. Back to get his Pilabegovic. That pass a little bit too far for left hand. Now to the other side in the PHA zone. 22. Bit of a turnover now. A glancing puck. Slowed down in slow motion practically. No icing. Oh, icing on this one. Get it. 4 minutes and 10 seconds into the second period, and NAX springs forward with a 1-goal lead, 3-2. Begovic takes a sharp shot, and that's stopped traffic by Aldag. Held for a face-off. 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Short seconds. Jumping ahead here. A little distracted because we were selling homemade banana bread at the concession. And I almost got one, but I couldn't because the second period was starting in less than a minute, and I would have been an irresponsible live streamer. 17, PHA rushes into the corner. Candlish digging it out. 16, trying to get the puck. Meyer and Dirks spotting that from far away. Loves it down for a face-off. Well, as I was saying, there was some homemade banana bread. It looked really good. I was asking, hey, is this homemade? The gentleman at the concession says, yes, and last night, you'll never know what I did with it. I had a piece of banana bread, 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. At which point I said, well, I'm going to buy one. At which point I looked at the clock and it was counting down 50 seconds to the second period. Tipped up. There's a foot chase. Lobe after it. Aldag clears it up to the corner, still kept in. Fields and Aldag jumps on that. Now for a face-off in the PHA zone. And back to my story. At which point I decided I was going to get some banana bread, but with 50 seconds left and somebody else at the till, I wouldn't make it. I had to decide between homemade banana bread or starting the live stream for the second period on time. Well, I came back and started the second period, but I promise to myself I will get some banana bread. Oh, a quick shot right in front of the net, and Aldag had to be sharp on that one. Not make this a 2-goal lead for NAX. NAX sensing the blood. Face-off in the PHA zone. Body taking the face-off. Carried all the way to the NAX zone. Oldford tips it up but held in. Well, there's a ball on somebody. Number 12, Kawaguchi, heads to the box. Interference, I believe. Now, don't take my word for it because I don't really know referee calls, so I may make up an answer. 2 minutes for against 2 minutes. I can talk. 2-minute power play for NAX. Levani, center ice. NAX clears it down the ice. 1:43 left on the penalty. Lobe picks up the puck from Dirks. Lobe puts the brakes on it. Back to the point for Chartrand. Chartrand fires it in. Aldag gloves it out. Holds for a face-off. 1:28 left. Exactly 6 minutes into the second period, and back to my banana bread. At the second intermission, I've got two things. I've got my dog in the car, waiting patiently, and probably unhappily. But it's raining outside, so I don't think he really wants to go for a walk. I'll go take him for a walk. And second of all, I'm gonna get some banana bread. That shot! What a rebound. That went firing up like a baseball. And Lobe took a swat at that. I think that was Lobe. Just look at that. 1:04 left on the power play. That shot goes wide and trickles out to center ice. Chartrand retrieves it. Up to Levadne. Levadne carries it into the corner. Lobe holds it in. That shot hits the defenseman into the corner. Now we've got a 2-on-1 situation. Dirks way out of his net to stop that one and holds it for a face-off. 12:54 left in the second period. 43 seconds left on the penalty. And to PHA. And the face-off is all the way down in the PHA zone. I'm not sure why. Oh, because they put another player in the box. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for 23 seconds. Looks like another PHA player is in the box. Number 17. He's Gilman. Didn't see what the call was. So they get a chance here. 5-on-3 power play for 23 seconds, and then Maynor be 5-on-4. So left hand. To Wood. Back deflects up over the boards. Held in by left hand. Left hand walking it in. That shot. And the rebound. Another one cleared out. Loose puck. Left hand once again. Back to a 5-on-4. Going for the tip. Now 1:26 left on the 5-on-4. Riley picks it up at center ice. Here comes Bilibegovic. He winds his way to the corner. Turns around, takes a shot. Looking for the rebound. Canlish. Canlish walking his way in. Couldn't get past the defender. Now Riley Wood to left hand. Left hand. Looking for a lane. That gets cleared up. Riley Wood stopping it at the point. Back to left hand. Centering pass. Intercepted. Still in possession. Canlish drops it for left hand. Left hand looking for a shot. Stopped by a defender. Wood once again takes a shot. Just wide. NAX clears it over to Bilibegovic. That's held in by Riley Wood once again. That pass back. 23 seconds on the penalty. Still in possession. Left hand working his way back to the corner. Number 23 or 22 for PHA. All the way to the other side now for Wood. Pause in the action for a moment here. Left hand takes the shot. Passes it behind the net. That's the end of the penalty. And that gets played out of play. 10:47, what an exciting 2.5 minutes there. Shots on net 19 to 19, 3-2 lead by NAX. Strong effort by NAX to capitalize on the goal. Couldn't quite get past some of the defenders. 10:47 left in the second period. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Sunday morning, and you're doing exactly what needs to be done, watching CSSHL hockey, supporting these valiant efforts of your favorite team. Back. A little bit of a break, number 19. Cross-ice pass. Saved by Dirk. I don't know if it went wide. I couldn't quite tell. Let's check the replay. 10:31 left. Another chance here from PHA. Number 9. Gabe Estevez heads to the box. Doesn't look like he quite agree with that, but that's the call. 2 minutes, so PHA now on their power play for 2 minutes. 10:31. Just about halfway through the game. Belton in the corner, over to the other side for number 19. Hayden passes it over to Belton. That shot, loose puck in front. Oh, that got cleared wide. Now over to Hayden. Drops it, leaves it back for Hayden. Hayden to Meyer. Back to Hayden. That shot right on net, and Alden covers up. Or not, Dirks covers up. 1:22 left on the penalty. All right. Just switching cameras here. I get a chance to actually use a different camera here for some zooming in. And PHA evens up the score here with a power play goal. So we're back to 3-3 tied. Estevez is out of the box. Tremblay with a shot in. Now back on even ground, both teams. 3-3, shots on net, 22-19. Couldn't ask for a more even game at this point. Chartrand trying to bring it in. Nolan hammering away at it. Chartrand carries that in. That's whistled down. I don't know if that was a offside or something. 8:58 left in the second period. 3-3. I've got to adjust the scoreboard here. PHA having just put in a power play goal about a minute ago. What a battle. 3 games on the road for NAX this weekend. Next weekend, don't believe there's any games, but don't quote me on it. I'll check the schedule and give you an update at the second intermission. Canless with a shot right on net and a save by Aldag. this is an appropriate time for you to start planning what you're going to do at the second intermission. I know I'm going to take care of my dog who happens to be in the car, and I will also, love say by Aldag, get some of that banana bread. I'll give you a report and let you know how it goes. Dahl keeps it in. That gets deflected towards the net. Up to Meyer. Stretch pass as Duchik over the blue line. Back the other way. A few camera issues there in a moment. I'm back. Dahl sends it behind the net, and Estevez in the corner, digging it up. Cleared out to center ice. Meyer in front, takes a shot, gets deflected wide. 7:07 left in the second period. Over to the other side, PHA. Drops it for 7. He slips. And right in front, Geller. Back behind the net. 21 takes a shot, fires it off the side of the net over to the other side. Number 12. Oh, in front of the net, and they score with a centering pass. PHA in the lead once again. Four to 3. There's 6:29 left in the second period. Much more even game today, as we can see. Up along the boards at center ice, digging it out. Warren, long pass. No icing on this one. Left hand retrieving it. Back to center ice for Riley Wood. Back to Chartron. Chartron to left hand, who redirects it into the zone. Tremblay, PHA circles. Reimer carries it towards the net. And whoa! Big battle of I don't know what happened. Good thing we got a replay. Out of nowhere, it seems. That seems very odd. I can't see what actually happened. Left hand heads to the box. And there seems to be a lot of discussion. Coach Blom isn't too happy with that call, it seems. Let's see if we can figure out a little bit on the replay there. what the penalty call was. Let's see what happened exactly. That's tipped up by Dutchik out of the zone. Number 19 circles to Belton. Cleared down the ice. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left in the second period. Hayden to Giller. Giller pauses. That center pass kicked away by Dutchik. No, sorry, that was Oldford. Feathered up to Belton. Try to slide that one through and doesn't connect for Hayden. Hayden carries around at the blue line. Drops it to the side. That shot saved by Dirks. Down the ice with 41 seconds remaining to the penalty. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock for the second period. Now back the other way. Comes PHA regrouping Heller. Vermeulen. Gets a stick on that, clears it down. That's going to kill off the penalty in its entirety. 2 seconds left, and that's it. NAX coming clean with a successful penalty kill. Number 5. Nolan rushes in. That gets cleared down the ice, but no need. But it won't be icing. 3:25 left in the second period. That shot, bad save by Alden. Rodney. Parents not happy with that play right there. 14. That shot through traffic and his guts cleared out by Bilibegovic. Sharp on that rebound. .240 left in the second period, and you're not here at the arena, but maybe you can pick up that tensions are flaring. The rivalry has been set. Held in at the blue line, that trickles towards Dirks, and he puts a glove on it. 2:21 left in the second period. Yeah, I think there's more heat in the stands. It's great to watch the parents freak out. I mean, no, absolutely horrible. Bloody, peaceful, harmonious game. Never happens. I think that's why there's so many sitcoms about hockey games in youth minor hockey. It's the same kind of drama that you see in like gymnastics or dance. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm one of those parents. If I wasn't on the live stream, I'd be yelling my guts out. But you don't want to hear me yelling into a mic. I'm putting myself right there. Right to center ice. Reimer dumps it in, and Oldford circles. Centering pass, slides through, nobody there. Now Lanner. Again, trying for that centering pass. In the corner it goes. 1 minute and 30 seconds in the second period remaining. A turnover there, but that gets taken out. Over to Morin. Morin clears it up through. Chased by Lanner, picks it up. Now Morin, once again, backhands it. Holds it in and he dumps it towards the net. Chasing it his left hand. Holding it once again is Riley Wood. Liner behind the net. Right? Yep, overskates it, but Estevez keeps it in. Gabe dumps it in. Now, PHA regrouping. A turnover there. Matthew Brown with a chance. Backhander shot, and that went over the net second time. Tries to slide it towards the net. Nobody there to pick it up. The centering pass. Riley Wood behind. Clears it to the left side. 18 seconds left in the second period. It's 4-3. What an even game. That's cleared up to the blue line. Fired in. That goes off the body. Here's a chance. Oh, Estevez beat by the clock. A chance, potentially. What a game, folks. Second period, it's 4-3 for PHA. NAX having seen the lead in the second period. An exciting third, absolutely. Nothing more exciting than CSSHL hockey. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't go away, but go away and do your things. Maybe make some pancakes. I've already told you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go let my dog out and buy some banana bread. See you soon. NAX bracelet sale, PHA. I have bracelets with team names. Yes, absolutely she does. I bought one. They're sold for $2, and go get one. You know, if you happen to be, you know what? Maybe she takes online orders. I don't know. Send me an email and I'll ask her if you want one. And yeah, we'll figure it out. So here you go. I just wanted to put a shout out to Ariel for her NAX bracelet sale, PHA as well. So go get them. It's in the lobby. She said she'll be at the next game, so hopefully she will. All right, we're getting ready for the third period. Okay, just swapping cameras here for a moment, and everything looks good. Once again, there's going to be more hockey exciting coming up. That didn't make any sense. You see, talk about grammar. Oh, by the way, I'm going to steal this airtime to show you this. Amazing. That is banana bread, folks. Does that look good? Ah, it smells so good. I wish I could eat it with some. Oh, you got poutine? Just fries. See, that's the bane of being an announcer. Is people walk by my face with like poutine. But hey, I got banana bread. Oh, it's so good. Also, I definitely have a problem if I eat the wrapper. I need help. Ah, look at that. I don't commentate. It's because I'm eating. Ready for the start of the third period, folks. 4-3. Whoa. I just did a hiccup. Let's start that over again. Third period, 4-3. PHA with a 1-goal lead. Here we go. Red Doll facing off against number 19. Hayden. You know what? I think this is the first time I'm commentating. I've got the hiccups. Dutchik drops it back for Wood. Wasalenka fires that one into the NAX zone. Past Wood's stick, Philip Potts drives it down the ice. No icing. Excuse me. Wood off the boards, picked up by Hayden. They've got to regroup. Now here comes Wood. He chips it into the zone. Aldag helped to stop it. First minute of play undergone. Can you say that? First minute of play undergone. I don't know. It doesn't seem right. So there you go. Hey, correct my grammar, by the way. Put them in the comments. Wood up to Lobe. Somebody kicked my tripod. That shot goes wide. And the net's off its moorings there, and play is called. 1 minute and 18 seconds into this third period. 4-3. A very exciting game indeed. The hiccups are gone. Thank goodness. Played up in the corner. Lobe comes away with it. Sharp pass over to Nolan. Takes a shot. What a save. Rebound. Still in front, and that gets cleared away by PHA. Chance there. Hustling back. Oldford centers the pass. What a save! Dirks with no stick gets a pad on it, and that goes to the other side. 13. That's tied up in the corner. The ref is telling him to get that moving. Lavadne tying that up, and that puck goes out of play. Face off in the NAX zone. 2 minutes and 13 seconds into the third period. It's 4-3. I've got some very disturbing news, however, to report to you that I learned in the second intermission. When I walked outside, snowflakes were falling. Unacceptable. That shot, Dirks swallows it up, holds for another face-off. Yeah, literally, giant flakes of snow. It's only October something. Unacceptable. I demand that Summer make a return. Estevez up to Fellows. Takes a shot, and that goes deflecting off of the stick of Aldag into the netting. Face off in the PHA zone, 17:31 left in the third period. It's 4-3. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the third period. You should, because it's the most exciting period. This 20 minutes is going to be nail biter. Over the other side. That deflects all the way down the ice. Icing. Yeah, it's snowing out there. Yesterday, it was shorts and tank top weather. It was so hot. I had to walk around just in a shirt, no jacket. Today, I need 2 jackets and my toes are freezing. Probably because I have holes in my shoes, but that's not the point. It's cold. That shot, just wide. Fellows fires it back into the corner. Estevez on the chase. Back to center ice. Estevez fires it in. Number 2, Weiner retrieves it. We're going to get to know these kids quite well, as these teams will play each other again and again. Next set of games, we'll have to check what the schedule is. I know Calgary is on the schedule. Now Canlish breaking through his blue line, trying to set up the play. He falls. Left hand holds it in, leaves it for Morin. Drops it for Canlish. Canlish turns around. Back to left hand at the point. Canlish, now Morin. He circles, turns around, fires one right at the net, and Aldag gloves it out of the air. 5 minutes and 52 seconds into the third period. Lots of action already. PHA holding on to a narrow lead. Now tell me, is it snowing where you're at right now? It's snowing down here in Moose Jaw. Amazing. Wood. That shot hits somebody before it gets to the net. Philpotts Fires that one. There's a bit of rebound. Centers the pass. Dutchik feathers it back up to Chartrand, who fires it all the way behind the net. Dahl. Back to Wood. 22 for PHA. That shot goes all the way and misses a pass. It's going to be icing. Let's take a look at the NAX bench. That's Coach Ryan Blom and assistant coach Ethan Beattie. And the NAX crew. Face off in the PHA zone. 4 minutes and 26 seconds into the third period. Nolan in the corners, circles. Chipped up to center ice. Chartrand fires it right back in. Aldag out to stop that, and PHA regroups. Chartrand overskates that a little bit and digs it back out. Nolan fires it in. PHA regrouping once again. Riley Wood over the blue line. Back to Nolan. Nolan's pass a little too far. PHA comes away with it. That center pass picked off by Lobe. Back up to Nolan. That shot sticked wide by Aldag. 2-on-2. Hayden. That shot over the net. Nolan up to Matthew Brown. He gets the shot off. Well, Aldag manages to get a piece of that. Gets redirected to the corner. Back through center ice. That shot, blocker save. Now Matthew Brown once again, he goes Estevez. Chasing the puck. 2-on-1. Wasylenko makes the shot, save. Rebound, centers the puck, and it goes wide. Sails to the other side. Now Estevez and Oldford. Over to Vermillion, and backhand hits the netting. Held for face-off. Or starts a face-off. Inspires a face-off. Makes a face-off. I don't know. What's the verb? Somebody tell me. All I want to know is, it's snowing where you're at. Hey, Roy, is it snowing in Netherlands? Tell me. Whoops. Camera should go there. Back to Cadlish at the blue line. He winds his way in. Trying to stuff it in. Loose puck still. That comes away. Bilibegovic chips it towards the net. Cadlish once again. Now left hand with a chance. Loose puck, and it goes to the right side of the net. Morin centering pass, another shot goes wide. Aldag doesn't have a stick. And now it gets cleared out to center ice. Chase for the puck. Number 16 gets a hold of it. Centering pass, the bounce is too far, and now back to center ice. Wasylenko. Cross ice pass, now Barber in the corner. That shot saved by Dirks. Centering pass. Oh, that was a turnover right there. The Dirks stayed sharp right off the pads. Through the legs over to Morin, and he goes for a line change. Now number 10, PHA. Tape-to-tape pass, but that's offside. Yellner. Just about to take off there. 11:54 left in the third period. It's 4-3, and holy moly, what action. Wish you were here, but hey, the second best thing is sitting cozy in your onesie at homesy. I don't know, that's not grammar. That's not even proper English. Wasalenka dumps it all the way in. And that's played out of bounds. Face off in the NAX zone. It's really chilly here. Yesterday we were enjoying a very sunny day, a walk in the park in Moose Jaw, beautiful downtown Central Park. Whiteheart and I, my dog. Dutchik with a little bit of speed, still in possession with the puck. Flips it over to Philpotts. Back to the point for Chartrand. Chartrand takes a shot, bounces out to center. They've got to regroup. PHA takes a shot off of a body over to the other side. Now, Chartrand tips it up. Philpotts has it. Little bumping right there. Back to Chartrand. Chartrand making his way towards it, takes a shot. That goes wide. Dahl, a little bit of muscle. Dutchik, he dumps it in as NAX needs the line change. Loose puck. Kawaguchi carries it in. Bumped along the boards. Nolan with Lavadny. A little bit too far. Chasing it is Lobe. Swung around the boards. And now Oldford makes the approach. Long pass. Icing on that one. 10-14 left in the third period. Shots 33-31 slightly in favor of PHA, and 4-3 for PHA. What a game. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday morning. And you have so many choices. You were like, hey, should I watch CSSHL hockey and watch my grandkid or kid or friend's kid? Spun around, number 16 takes a shot, saved by Dirks. Another one off of a body. Now Oldford. He charges in. Held in. Now back at center ice. That trickles out to behind the net. On the approach now, here comes Nolan. He's got Brown with him. Drop pass, beautiful. Brown backhands it and stopped by Aldag. What a great play, Nolan and Brown. Shot and saved by Aldag. NAX controlling the point there. Fires it in. Estevez turns around. Here comes Canlish, holding it to the blue line. That's out. And that came out and held for a face-off anyway. 8:53 left in the third period. Hey, let me know if you can hear the volume okay. I switched mics, so... Oops, hey, look at that. Who hired this cameraman? There we go.
1
Chartrand tips it back to Brown. Up to Fellows. Fellows breaks over center ice, and that's Estevez on the chase. 27 PHA on defense. Vermeulen backhands a shot. Dirks loves that one out, closing off that shot. Britta Bell was saying, I was going to tell you winter has hit us in Alberta too. Fall returns Tuesday. I sure hope so. Anderson says, you deserve fresh bread. Great job live stream. Thank you. And Tara Defoe, loving the broadcast. You're welcome. As long as I keep pointing the camera in the right direction, that helps. North Vancouver is supposed to be rain later. Go NAX. No snow in North Vancouver. I hope not. That's, you know what happens when it snows in Vancouver, right? Like the whole city shuts down for like 2 inches of snow. The sound is way better. Okay, thank you. That's good. Got my regular mic back on. Face off in the NAX zone. Here comes Chartrand. Favorite food, pizza, I believe. I'm going to double check. Still loose puck in front in the lane, and that gets batted out to center ice. Riley Wood on the chase. He slashes at that one for Chartrand. Now left hand, chip and chase. He gets there first. Taking a little body on the boards, and Barber. Oops. Riley Wood and behind the net, and PHA trying to dig it out. Wood gets there first. He navigates the defender. Picked up by 17, a lone attacker. He gets pushed out to the side by Dahl. Chartrand. Up to Barber. Off the boards, a chase. Dahl with a chance here. He's going to circle. Nobody's with him. Waits for some support now. Duchik fighting in the corner. Goes around to the other side for 16 PHA. Not touched the ceiling, as you can tell. Not much of a ceiling height right here. Pretty easy to flip the puck out of play. Spun around the corner to the other side. Canlish digging it out. Tip back, Duchik, right place, right time at the blue line. There's 5. He circles, waiting for his support. Canlish chasing, and now back in the NAX zone. Cross ice pass. That shot goes wide. Lots of activity, and Dirks is without a stick. Philpotts clears it out. It's a 2-on-1. He's got Duchik with him. Shot just goes wide. Oh, goes just wide. You know what I'm saying. Canlish trying to bump it out. There was a chance right there. Out to Philpotts. He backhands that in. Chasing it his left hand. 5:25 left in the game. What intensity here. 4-3. Cleared down the ice. Riley Wood back to get it. Over to Barber. Now up to left hand. Left hand with a shot that gets blocked. Brown on the chase. Right in front. Oh, going for that one-timer. It got blocked. Barber with a chance, I believe. Held in by Chartrand. That trickles out to center ice. Brown puts the brakes on it. Tries to navigate out. One thing for certain, the will of these boys is unstoppable. Ridiculous perseverance. Not sure what Coach Ryan said to them at the second intermission, but it's showing. Meyer taken out along the boards. Now we've got left hand. Tries to chip it in, but it gets broken up at center ice. Now 15. That pass over to 19. That goes wide. Another wide shot. Oldford. Now working his way through center ice. Oldford once again dumps it in. Aldag out to stop it. .21 takes a shot, pad save. Smartly covering it up is Dirks. Let's watch that replay. Pad save and a quick cover up. Held for face-off. 3:35 left in the game. It's 4-3 for PHA. NAX looking for that tying goal, possibly forcing this into overtime. Let's find out. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Picked off by 16, now back in the hands of NAX. Here comes Canlish. Canlish drops it for Fellows. What a shot. That slides through a bunch of skates and saved by Aldag. Now through center ice, PHA making the approach. That's tied up in the lane. Still loose puck. Bilibegovic still not out of the zone. 17. Back up to the point. 16. Back to the corner. He's on his knees. Number 17. Back to the point. That shot wide. Over to Fellows. Over to Estevez. 2:44 left. Canlish holding it in with Dahl. Chipped up over the boards. Now Riley Wood regrouping. Over to Brown. And that's out of play. 2:25 left. 4-3. PHA holding on to a very narrow lead. It's NAX on the constant attack here. Barber chasing it into the PHA zone. Brown navigating his way through the lane. Held up. Picked off by left hand. He takes a shot. Stopped before the net. Left hand once again. He gets mowed down. And that's out of play. 2:06. Dirk still in net. Unsure if Blom's going to pull the goalie or not. Here we go. Timeout. 2:06 left. Blom calls a timeout, and that means I eat banana bread. Seconds left, 4-3 for PHA. No goalie. They pulled the goalie. 6 on 5. Brown. Back to center ice. No goalie. There was an empty netter score yesterday. Now Levadne working his way. He trips, and there's going to be a call on that one. A tripping call against PHA. That's going to result on a 6 on 4 for 1 minute and 37 seconds. Because that's all that's left in the game. So an exciting turn of events for NAX. Not exciting for PHA, depending on who you're cheering for. 6 on 4. Let's see if this results in an overtime period. We haven't seen that yet. Two minutes for tripping. PHA dumps that one down the line. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Chartrand back to retrieve it. Levadne carries that through. Back to Chartrand. Philpotts leaves it in the corner. Philpotts walks it over. Now Chartrand takes a shot. Goes wide. Rebound. Lobe stopped by Levadne. Chartrand. Chartrand walks it over. Takes a shot. Now Philpotts and Levadne on the other side. Philpotts walking it in. Loose puck. That goes off of Dahl's skate, thank goodness. Now Levadne takes a shot. Alda got a piece of that. 35 seconds left. Back to Chartrand. That shot. Loose puck in front. And they're calling it for whatever reason. Oh, that's because the goalie's mask came off. 21.3 seconds left in the game. It's a 6 on 4. Jaden Dirk's goalie is sitting on the bench. Traded out for another player. 6 on 4. Aldag's helmet just came off, and that's an immediate stop of play. 21.3 seconds left in the game. That face-off comes clear for Chartrand. They score! Chartrand with a shot! And it trickles in! Tied at 4! What a crazy turn of events. Incredible. 10.8 seconds left. Dirks goes back into the net, of course, 5 on 5. Very good chances. We're going to see some overtime in this game. Riley Wood chips it up along center ice. That's going to be icing with 4.5 seconds left. Just so you know, I'm not making this up. 38 to 36 shots, 4 to 4, 4.5 seconds left. What an even game. How exciting. So glad you could join us on this Sunday morning live stream. Morin takes a shot off the face-off. That's it! We're going to overtime! Okay, I don't know. It's 5 minutes on the clock, so... That's not what I want to show. My mistake, it was just a very brief 2-minute break, and so it looks like the regulation season rules are 3-on-3, 5 minutes. Here we go. 3-on-3, as you know, is a very fast-moving game, and possession is hugely important. A turnover can result in a goal pretty quickly. 16 winds his way around the net. 3-on-3, drops it. Changing possession now. NAX on the charge. He's got Chartron with him. A little bit too far. That's back in PHA possession now, number 16. Lobe back to Chartran. They regroup. Now Lobe. Chartrand up to Lavadne. Lavadne drops it for left hand. Left hand circles to the corner. Left hand over to Lavadne. Now Chartrand in front of the net, trying to get a shot off. Back to left hand. That pass goes behind. Fresh legs on the ice as players switch out. Number 19 with 19. What a save as Dirk slides across. Still in possession, PHA. A very exciting overtime period right now. 4-on-4. NAX, of course, looking to come away with their first victory this weekend. Now on the approach. Cadlish, he's in and out by himself, gets tied up. Dahl chips it out for himself into the corner. That's coming away, number 14. Back in possession is Dahl. Over to Cadlish. Scores! Number 11, Ethan Lobe takes the overtime winner. Unbelievable. There you have it. NAX. What a victory! Game 3, rallying back with a very powerful game. Perseverance, and what an effort by the team to win Game 3. Incredible. Number 11, Ethan Lobe with the game winner. 5-4. What a well-deserved victory for the NAX athletes and a very competitive game by PHA. Exciting for both parties as this weekend tournament culminates in a very exciting nail-biter of an overtime game. Thank you so much for joining us all weekend. Check the Facebook page. I can say that. Facebook page. Facebook.com/NAXU17. Facebook.com/NAXU17. Schedules, photos, links, replays, highlights, all that stuff is going to get posted there. Thank you so much for joining me all weekend, and we'll see you soon at the next game.